Welcome back. Well, Rick Santorum gets a big win in Kansas. A lot of people thought it was expected since he spent a lot of time campaigning here in the Sunflower State. And here with reaction from the big day is former Missouri State Representative and owner of J Grill Media, Jason Grill. Thanks so much for being with us,
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Let's talk first about Santorum's win and kind of what that means for him in the big picture.
Well, it was a big win. You know, he got 51% of the vote to 21% for Mitt Romney, and he's been doing really well in the Midwest. And I think if he continues to do that, that's great. But Tuesday we have Alabama and Mississippi, and
so we go south Tuesday.
Those two states are going to be huge because in the polling right now in Alabama, there's a virtual three-way tie.
Wow. And
Newt Gingrich is actually up, and in Mississippi, Mitt Romney's up in the polling. So if Mitt Romney wins one of those two states, it could be a game over for Rick Santorum, and he has to win probably one of those two states to really kind of take this Kansas momentum and go forward.
Okay. Let's talk about, this is one of the first years that I can remember anyway, where it's still so up for grabs, it seems anyway, and that these caucuses really matter. Talk a little bit about that, if you will.
It does, and you know, and I wish we would have had a little bit more higher voter turnout in Kansas yesterday, because usually Kansas, by the time they vote, it's kind of wrapped up.
Right.
Yeah, so, you know, but the thing is we need to look towards is you need to get 1,144 delegates in the GOP nomination. Everyone believes that Mitt Romney, with the delegates he has, will probably win the nomination, but will he get to that number? That's where the question becomes an issue, because if these other candidates keep splitting states and stay in the race, then maybe Mitt Romney doesn't reach that and we have a broker convention, then, you know, who knows what happens.
Right. Then it gets really interesting. All right, so Tuesday's obviously a big deal, and then where do we go from there?
Tuesday's a big deal with the southern states, and then I think we look forward to the big states, the Californias, the New Yorks, the Texases. Those come up in the next few months. Those are going to be a lot of delegates, and if Mitt Romney can secure those and get a lot of delegates, then he'll be fine. But I really think it's becoming a delegate game. I mean, the momentum and the narrative has kind of changed every week between the different states and the different geography, and every candidate's doing well in a certain portion of the country. But I think at the end of the day, it's coming down to these congressional districts and who can pick up the most delegates to get to that 1,144.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think is going to get the nomination?
I think it's going to be Mitt Romney. Now, a couple weeks ago, had he lost Michigan and had he not pulled out Ohio last week, I think one of the other guys could have kind of claimed it and say, hey, you know, I have a shot. But I think the fact that he won those two states really kind of secured it for him and helped him with the momentum. And I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a long process, but he'll probably end up getting the nomination and, you know, possibly getting the 1,144.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us. You're full of information. We can put some of your information on our website, which is fox4kc.com, if you have any questions for him.
That'd be great.
Hook people up. Thank you so much, Jason, for being with us. All right. Westport was a little wild and crazy from where